We actually have two questions on a similar theme.
Okay.
Firstly, there's Chandrasekhar, who asks, Swamiji, if everything in the universe, both living and non-living, is just appearances created by upadhis and maya, is it also true that the Shukshma Shariram and the different lokas it might go to is all just maya created appearances? Is it the Shukshma Shariram that takes birth after birth due to karma? What really happens during self-realization? Who realizes that I am not the body-mind complex, but the supreme consciousness? And secondly, Hardik Patak from the UK asks, when we say we are not the body, mind, and intellect, and Atman is Brahman, then who goes to hell, heaven, or the lokas? Who suffers or who benefits?
Similar questions, you're right. All right, this is another of those questions which comes up when you think too deeply about non-dualists. Yeah, and it's good to clarify. All right, the standard answer first. The standard answer is this. It's good to know these things. That see, we have a physical body, subtle body, and of course a causal body, but we'll not talk about that now. But the physical body and the subtle body. Physical body is this, the public one, which everybody sees. That's a physical body. And the subtle body is nothing occult or mysterious. Everybody knows it and is experiencing it right now. We are all experiencing it. Our first person inner experience of thoughts, feelings, emotions, memories, our personality. In Vedanta, that's considered a body. Just like this is considered a body, this is a body, that's also a body. That's not the way we normally think. We think those thoughts, feelings, emotions, ideas, memories, stories, we are that. I am that, and I am embodied in this body. I'm a person, and that's what constitutes a person. Vedanta would say what you think of as a person is also a body. The real you is deeper still, is a deeper reality. Beyond that is something Vedanta calls a causal body, but we won't go into that. Beyond that causal body is also, is you, the witness consciousness, the awareness itself, pure consciousness, which experiences and uses the subtle causal body, subtle body, and physical body. Now the idea is, this being, pure consciousness, limited by causal body, subtle body, physical body, it goes through births and deaths. What are births and deaths? Birth of the physical body, growth and living of the physical body, and then the aging and eventual death of the physical body. Then what happens to the causal body and the subtle body? They continue. They were there before this physical body and they will continue after the physical body. Again, nothing new. Every culture in the world from pre-civilization days has stories about ghosts and things which exist after death. So yes, the subtle body does exist after death. We exist after death. When the computer dies, your data, hopefully if it's backed up, is not gone with it. It's still there in the cloud. And you get a new computer, you can download your data if you're lucky. Similarly, this subtle body, it goes on and it inhabits newer and newer bodies. And this is sort of a standard belief, axiomatic in Indian thought. I'm not just saying Vedanta, all Indian thought, except perhaps the materialists, the Charvakas, Lokayatas, they were ancient materialists. Other than them, all Hindus, all Jains, all Buddhists, all Sikhs, they believe in multiplicity. And the subtle body is something that every civilization, all religions and all civilizations, including the First Nations, including every ancient civilization, every ancient religion that existed and gone out of existence, everybody had something corresponding to the subtle body, the thing which survives physical death. So what happens at death? The subtle body and the causal body, with the limited consciousness limited by them, it leaves this dead body and goes on to other bodies. How? Why? Fueled by past karma, by causality. Causes give rise to effects. Actions have consequences, so it will give rise to newer and newer existences. So this is the general framework. Advaita Vedanta has a different take on it. It says, yeah, this is the general framework. It's a story. Because they will go back to non-duality. You are that non-dual Brahman existence consciousness bliss in which these things, again that beautiful phrase of magical appearances, dreamlike appearances on the primordial ground. The primordial ground is you. You have never gone anywhere, never been born, never died, nor are you going to, nor are you in bondage in samsara, nor are you going to get moksha or nirvana, because you always, moksha, nirvana, freedom is always your real nature. But you're going to realize that. We're going to realize what was always there. So that's the Advaitic frame. If that was always there, then this question might arise, who is coming and going, or what's all this birth and death, what heaven and hell? None of it. None of it. Only from the ultimate perspective. From the transactional perspective, just because I've heard this, now when I die, I will not go to hell or heaven. No, you will. Don't confuse the reality with the movie. You know the reality, the movie is going to play out. Now, what happens upon enlightenment? Upon enlightenment, again, the Upanishads talk about this. See, upon ordinary physical death, the unenlightened person, body dies. We are fully identified with this limited, subtle body. We go on to other lives. But the enlightened one knows that I am that primordial ground. I am Brahman. I am Atman. This entire body, mind, the whole thing from beginningless time was an illusion, was an appearance, was a dream in me. Even time and space itself were dreams in me. Just very much like dream time and dream space. They're appearances. They're part of the dream. The reality is I am the ground of that dream. Once you realize that, you realize there never were past births. There never was this particular birth also. In reality, you were just this. Then what happens? We might say that's all very fancy stuff, but I want to know practically, this person, the so-called enlightened one, dies. How is it different from another non-enlightened person dying? The difference is this, again from the Mundaka Upanishad, that the physical body, it goes back to nature for enlightened and non-enlightened alike. And the subtle body for the unenlightened goes on to other existences, continues its spiritual journey. But the enlightened one, the subtle body is no longer useful. So it goes back to, again to nature. Even the subtle body is a body. Even the physical body is a body. And both are products of nature. Our work is done. Nature's work is done. Nature is done with us. Nature says goodbye. Mm-hmm. It's a very ancient thought. Long before our modern Vedanta, there was Sankhya. Vivekananda said it's the first philosophy of the human race. And Sankhya considers nature to be the great mother. Great mother. And there's a beautiful verse. It says, there is a trackless desert of this universe. Vast, lifeless, cold, like space and stars and planets. And universes after universes. This is the trackless desert of the universe. And that ancient mother, we are her children, the sentient beings. She cradles us and takes us across this desert and delivers us on the far shore. Far shore is the primordial ground, is luminosity, whatever it is, our real nature. And then bids us goodbye because we are safe now. But her work is not done. Tirelessly she comes back again to guide other children across. So that's what. What does nature do? Sankhya philosophy. Bhoga apavarga. Bhoga means experience. Bhoga means experience, pleasure and pain. Often is translated as enjoyment, but bhoga means both enjoyment and pain. So nature provides us with that, lifetime after lifetime. For what? For our evolution. And what else does it do? Ultimately, it gives us release, moksha. Apavarga is an ancient word for moksha. Moksha, nirvana, whatever you call it, salvation. It frees us from this ceaseless cycle of birth and death. So that's what happens upon. There's a difference. What happens to an enlightened person and not to a non-enlightened person. The second question was a similar question. The second question, 3.2, I think. The third question.
When we say we are not the body, mind, and intellect, and Atman is Brahman, then who goes to hell, heaven, or the lokas? Who suffers or who benefits?
Yes, now we can answer it. It's the unenlightened one who thinks, I am the body, mind, thinks, not only thinks, it's absolutely convinced. I am this body and mind, and the body is dying, I am dying. And then what happens? Oh, I didn't die. Wow. But unfortunately, it forgets all of that. And then goes to other lokas, other worlds, and is born in different forms, and is identified with those bodies, and they die too. And it goes on in this way. So it is the sentient being who is subject to ignorance, who goes from lifetime to lifetime, from birth to death. The one who sees, who's enlightened. Enlightened means, language of the Upanishads. The one who sees oneness, and I am that oneness, is freed from this cycle of birth and death.